So today is May the 19th, 2015, and my name is Ennis Barbery from the Museum of Chincoteague Island and the Island Library, and we are interviewing Cigar Daisey. Is Cigar your real name?
No.
What's your real name?
Delbert. What happened was I rode my horse over on the beach on a Sunday and I seen these ducks in these traps. These traps were full of ducks. John Buckaloo was the game warden then, and the refuge manager. And he had traps full of ducks. So I said, when it gets dark, I'm going to relieve him of some of them. He's got too many. So I divided them up. One for the government and one for cigar. Until I divided them up, all of them up.
Mm-hmm.
I had about 100, I guess, all together. Took about 100. That's all I could carry. I had chain towed them all them down, go back and get them. Back there and get them. That was how I got the name Cigar. He found it. In the meantime, I was in that trap, running them ducks down, and some cigars jumped out of my pocket. I had a sweatshirt on and a coat pocket, and they got out of my pocket in the trap. He found them next morning. He wanted to know who smoked cigars. Figured he could, who smoked them cigars, he got his ducks, you know. Well, he figured it out after a while, but there wasn't nothing he could do about it. He tried to keep me off the beach, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah. What brand of cigar was it that you used to smoke?
I smoked King Edwards. They gave me, King Edwards company sent me some cigars. He sent me a box of cigars and some different things, you know.
Oh, they did. So they found out that your name came from that.
These traps. They sent me some. What did I do? I wasn't doing nothing at the time. I started trapping. I trapped all my life. I trapped in the winter. And in the summer I worked on the water.
What year were you born? Were you born on Chincoteague?
I was born on Chincoteague, March 6, 1928.
What was it like to grow up on Chincoteague?
It was nice then. It was nice.
What kind of stuff did you get into as a kid?
Well, it wasn't nothing you get into. It wasn't nothing going on here. But later on, there was things to do.
What kind of stuff?
Well, it was just about, you could do just about anything on here you could do anywhere else. There's Arthur. He showed up.
Sick.
So when you were growing up on Chincoteague, what kind of stuff did you do as a child?
Well, it wasn't much to do then like it is now. But you could do most anything you wanted to. Nobody bothered you.
When did you start learning how to carve?
Well, my father had a little shop, and I went in there and made some things with him. And he didn't give a damn what they looked like or how good they were. It was just how many he could make. And I was just the opposite. I wanted to do better than that. So we fell to it. Not long before I moved out of his shop, in my own shop.
What year was that, Sig?
I don't know.
In the 40s?
Probably was in the 40s.
You graduated high school in what, 44?
I graduated from high school in 45.
45.
So
shortly after you left high school.
Shortly after I left high school, yeah.
What did your dad do?
Dad raised chickens.
Where did he live on the island? Where did you grow up on the island?
Down on Snotty Ridge. He said when you go by, they went like that at you.
Was that true? Did you do that to people?
No, but some of the boys did.
What was it like going to school on Chincoteague? Where was the school?
School was where all of them tore it down, didn't you?
You went to the elementary school that was on Church Street.
on Church Street.
Yep.
What was it like to go to school there? You remember anything happening at school that was interesting?
No. all I wanted to do is get the hell out.
When did you start branding your decoys so they knew you were Cigar instead of Delbert?
I think it real early on, in the
Yeah.
40s, 50s.
40s, 50s.
50s,
Yeah.
50s sometime about then.
Where did you get your first branding iron at?
I got it to the Ward Foundation. Some man was selling them up there that year.
At one of the
I
shows?
bought one from him.
What what do you remember about your mother too? What was your mother's name?
Emma,
Emma.
she made fun of everybody. I don't give a damn what they done, she made fun of it. She was just one of them kind of people.
She had the last laugh though, Sig. She lived till she was, what, 90,
94.
94.
94.
Wow.
She outlived a lot of them.
Wow.
Yeah, she did.
What was your father's name? I forgot to ask.
Herbert.
What did you have, brothers and sisters?
We had 2 brothers. 2 brothers is all we had. 3 of us all together.
What were their names?
Guy and Herbert Jr.
Gary, Bill, and Herbert Jr. They both carved, right?
Yeah.
So everybody in the family carved.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody in the family.
Were you the oldest or the youngest or the middle child?
I was the oldest.
Did you teach your brothers how to carve?
Well, I didn't teach them nothing. They learned themselves from the father.
Yeah. What about did you ever go and talk with Miles Hancock? Do you remember anything about him?
Yeah, I remember me and him was good friends. We hunted together, and we trapped together, and we fished together. I'd take him fishing on Sunday night, then Monday morning, but he wouldn't go till after church was over, 12 o'clock. And he let me, he said the last thing he seen was that day mark down the creek there. There's a day mark in the creek.
Uh-huh.
I'd show him that day mark, and let it roll up on the side, you know, and go for a cove.
So,
We'd get out there, we'd run the nets out of my boat. We had 6 or 8 nets. And Miller would come out there later in his boat and the motor, and we'd put them aboard Miller's boat motor. And I'd take the fish to town. And I kept freighting them town during the day. They kept fishing, I kept running them town.
so when you went hunting with Miles, you went up the bay, right?
Yeah,
Up toward Buzzardtump.
yeah.
How was Miles shooting? I've heard that he was a real good shot.
He was a good shot. He wasn't as good a shot as Card was.
Corb
Card could shoot better than anybody.
how much did you interact with Corb? Because he didn't live on the island when you were
No, he
growing up,
wasn't go
right?
much with me. He wasn't go much with me. He didn't trust me.
Didn't trust you?
No, he didn't trust nobody.
What kind of boat did you have?
I had an outboard, a 50 horse,
Kind of boat? Who made the boat?
a Hancock.
Miles Hancock, so it was a Chincoteague scow.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
Chincoteague scow.
Hey, Sig, back when you were growing up, you said there wasn't a whole lot to do, but how about all the gill netting and the trapping, all the fur trapping you did?
Well, it was a lot of that. Plenty of that.
And duck trapping.
Duck trapping. And
Did you do that when you were growing up, or was that just later
I
on?
done that when I was growing up.
Well, Sig, you have to tell me. I've never trapped a duck. How do you trap a duck?
Well, you threw some corn down there and get him using on the bank. Then you clean them bushes, the grass off the bank, and the mud, and wash it down good. Get it clean as you can. Then you set a water trap, 4x4, with a 16-inch funnel. 16 inches like this. Put the width of your hand to the bottom. Pack it full of mud. And they'll bibble it out. They'll bibble it out on the way in.
Oh, okay.
You'll catch a trap full.
How many ducks you ever trapped?
Thousands.
Yeah, high count for one night though.
About 125, 30.
Wow.
Mostly black ducks?
All black ducks.
Wow. Did you ever use a sync box?
No.
No. Just wondering. We have one of those at the museum. Okay.
They're nice, they were nice, but talk about it, but they wasn't much for killing ducks, I don't think.
Not around here.
Not right here.
Well, say, how about those old big sturgeon you used to catch right off the beach here in that gill net?
I catch them off on the beach.
How big were they?
They weigh 300 pounds.
Hmm.
I'd board them in my boat, in that little boat, 16-foot boat. She lay down all on her side. When she lay down on her side, say I'd get a hold on him. When the next sea would come, I'd get another hold on him. Next sea would come, I'd roll him right in on me in that and all. Then I'd start cutting him out. Cutting him out. Any way I could get him out.
Wow. Wow. Now you graduated high school in 1945. Did you get married after that?
Yeah. Got married in 1950 something, 1952 I think it was.
How did you meet your wife?
Down to the club, she worked down to the club.
Old Dominion?
Older man, yeah.
The Old Dominion Yacht and Country Club, which was where Tom's Cove is now.
Oh, okay, okay. So she worked down there, and that's how you guys met. Okay.
Well, I'd stop by her on my way down. I'd fish my traps. Nights. Mornings, it would be 1, 2 o'clock mornings when I go out. They'd be still going strong.
Did you have any close calls with the law?
Oh yeah, lots of times.
Tell us about them.
Well, they would get after me, but they couldn't catch me. They couldn't catch me, so they joined me. They hired me to work on the beach, to trap for them. Catch coons and foxes and stuff like that.
Oh, what year was that? When was that when they hired you?
John Buckley was still a game warden. After him was, who was the next man? I forgot. Who
Apple?
Who?
Was it Apple, or was he after?
J.C. Apple. J.C. Apple.
That was about 69, wasn't it?
Yeah, right then. About 59. Yeah.
Tell us about the night you and Newman got hung up down on the hook
With Big Mel.
with Big Mel. Tell us about it, Sig.
Well, I told Newman, I said, Newman, walk ashore. You always want to look like you've been on the beach, but you come off. I said, back up when you go ashore. So he done it. But we didn't know Big Mel was sitting up there watching us. He was sitting up the beach. I know he wasn't coming from up the beach. He never come from that way before. They always come from down southern. Well, he seen him when he backed up, when he turned around, he got up on top of the hill. Newman turned around and walked on down in the valley where the geese were. Well, here come Big Mel, lickety split. And he sailed right up to me. Well, I pushed off and kept my numbers away from me so I couldn't see get my numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And I pushed on off and I come on home and I carried the light. We were going to light us a deer, but we changed our mind. I carried the light, brought the light home. Then I went back and I paddled all the way across that cove. Must be 1.25 miles. When I got over there, they wheeled right around and threw their lights right on me. They were looking at me all the time through night scopes. Through them night scopes, you know, they had good stuff to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said, Newman, if you're anywhere close by here, don't come out. He could see him though. He could hear him talking. He was behind the hill. Well, after a while, he went down. He knew they were there, and he went down to the other place, other pickup place. That was down to the point.
Uh-huh.
And I sailed down there and picked him up. When he got there, he was up to his boots, top of his boots. I pulled him in and laughed, you know, the whole bit.
Right. Well, Newman said he could have reached out and touched them. They were so close, but never did see him.
And he never did see him. It was dark. He chased me all up and down the cove.
You did a lot of sailing in the dark, didn't you?
Yeah, I sailed in the dark, so they couldn't see me when I cut off. They couldn't tell where I was at. Anyway, we come on home, and the last thing I done, I rode in the sand there. It's coarse ran. Half Big Mel. Half you Big Mel. When he retired, they give it to him. Damn if he didn't send me a picture of it. You know how I done it.
Hey, Sig, a long time ago, or I guess a few years ago, a man wrote a story. It says, Cigar Daisey, man of a few words. That's not the Sig I remember. How about the politics of competition where you scream at them, politics, bae?
Yeah.
You weren't a man of a few words then, were you?
No.
How many ribbons did you win?
I won I guess 500 altogether. But I give them all away.
Wow. So where did you
Oh,
win?
about 100. About 100 in the house there.
Where did you win those ribbons from? The World Championship of
Yeah.
decoy carving?
Carving.
You won them there. You won them up in Michigan. You won them up in New York. At the
One
Badland
another
show.
place
didn't you?
I went.
Wow.
But there's some politics involved, right?
Yeah. Larry Hayden was the best carver. Don't take nothing away from him. He was the best carver. And painter. His first man used airbrush.
What do you think made your carving so good and so
Well,
popular?
I didn't use no airbrush. So they're real. They're just not the same. They could skin me a little bit on looks because they used airbrush.
So what kind of wood did you use?
You cedar. That other piece of white pine. That other piece of bass.
Tupelo.
Tupelo, that is.
But your favorite is cedar? Is that the one you like
That
best?
cedar there on top.
Atlantic white cedar.
Atlantic white cedar. There's some of it there back there.
But you started off with cottonwood, right?
Yeah, started off with cottonwood.
What you could get locally.
But it's all grown locally.
Yep.
The people got it from, the people in China and Japan used to pack the dishes with cottonwood seed, which was real soft. And they'd ship the stuff here in this country. And they'd take it to the dump. And wherever the dump grows, where the cottonwood was. You go to the dump and find the cottonwood growing there.
Along the field edges and.
Along the fields, somebody would put them on the
Okay.
field.
What kind of tools did you use? You used a hatchet and
I used a hatchet. That's the first man I started with a hatchet.
How many ducks you reckon you made?
I made about, I made 19,000. I made 19,000 altogether from the first one to the last one.
wow,
I made a lot of ducks.
that's quite a bit. What kind of paint did you use?
These acrylics,
What's your favorite, what's the bird you like to carve the most?
it ain't no most.
No.
Don't make no difference to me what it is.
What bird do you think you've made the most of? Buffleheads or?
I probably made more buffleheads than anything. But they're easy to make.
They're easy to
They
make.
take much wood. Didn't take no wood man now.
I bet you have more stories about run-ins with the law, right?
Oh, I run in with law a lot of times.
What's another story about that?
Well, they shoot you running the damn thing.
What?
They
The law would
shoot you, they shoot at you. Shoot over your head and make you stop.
You been shot at?
No, they never shot at me. I shot them back if they had.
Do you see other people get shot at?
I know the hunters that they did shoot at. Yeah.
What was some other stuff that you did that you think you got away with pretty well?
Well, I done a lot of nice birds. I done a lot of junk. But I had to do a lot of junk for sell the good birds. Now they all sell more than they're worth. More than they ain't worth that 6 prices you get from them now.
It's all what it's relative, Sig.
I guess so.
It's all relative.
I guess so. I don't see it.
You made them to satisfy yourself, right?
Yeah,
That's what you were making them for.
that's right.
Satisfy yourself.
Yeah.
Keep food on your table and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I kept some carvings.
Mm.
People would give me, you know.
He gave us advice very freely. You would bring a bird over and he would help you.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
If
So,
you ran into a trouble with one particular type of technique or something, you could bring it over and say, "Sig, show me how to do this," and he would gladly show you how to do it or how he did it.
well, that's very nice of you. Did you think you learned anything from Miles Hancock? You think you learned anything from him?
No. Too damn old to learn anything. Old people can't learn enough.
Well, he died in
74.
74. So that's right about when you were hitting your stride at 74. You were still going then at 74.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So, in the summer, did you work as a waterman? Did you work on the water?
I worked on the water.
Do you think you made more money working on the water or being a hunting guide? Or where did you make most of your money when you were?
I probably made just as much. I didn't make a hell of a lot of money making ducks.
Look up here, Sig.
I sold them for a little nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And today they bring big money.
How many $100 bills fit in a mason jar?
That's right. I used to take my money and bury it.
Oh, you did.
Yep.
I buried a lot of money.
Man at a depression, afraid of the banks.
Yeah. Did you ever forget where you buried it?
No,
That would have
I had
been.
one place where I dropped them down. Under the house.
Mm-hmm.
They're under the house. You had to go under the house to get them. And the house was dry under there, you know.
Yeah. I want to ask you about pony penning. Did you every year? Did you go to pony penning?
Yeah, I used to go to Pony Bend all the time.
You used to ride with them, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's
I
what I
was
wanted to
the first
ask
one.
about. You were one of the first ones.
Yeah,
Oh, and you were in Misty.
yeah.
What did you do in Misty?
I don't know what she's got me doing.
Horse wrangler.
She,
She got you down in the book as a horse wrangler.
all right, okay. All right.
That was your job description. You rode horses and kept them in line, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Can you talk about that a little bit? What was it like to get to go over there and keep the
I
ponies in
didn't
line?
know that woman very long. She come to my house, I had 30 colts. And she come to my house, wanted one of them. A black and white one. And I wouldn't sell her one. And she went away. Bob Williams brought her there. Bob Williams just drove a taxi, you know. And she went away, she went down there to Clarence and bought a Misty off and good dirt from there. She'd come off and the good dirt from there. And I kept my coats. I sold them later on.
You could have been Grandpa BB.
Yeah, I could have been.
Just think, Sig, if you'd sold your black and white coat, you'd have been written up in the books and they'd still been after you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't do it. I've never been sorry for it. I had a figure I wanted for her. She didn't come to that figure and that was it.
Yeah. Well,
Somebody eventually paid you for it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was Assateague like then? Did you go over to Assateague quite a bit?
Yeah.
What did you do when you went over there?
Well, you ride over there on Sundays. You let you on there on Sundays. And you go over there with wild maddox on Sundays, ride around.
How'd you get your horse over there? Because it wasn't a bridge.
We had a monitor. We had a monitor fixed, and we had a gate we let down. Ride the horses board, pull up the gate, and run the motor all the way over there, over along here. Right down along here or up there.
Who was some of the old riders with you?
Hard Rogers and Wild Maddox and Street Lumber and different ones.
Do you ever race? You know how they had horse races and pony races at the carnival?
Yeah.
Were you ever in that?
Yeah, I raced it all the time. And
Did you win?
yeah, I won a lot of times. I lost a lot of times too.
You didn't bet any money on it, did you?
No.
What else do you remember about the carnival and pony pinning?
Well, it was fun, but it passed on.
Mm-hmm.
And Sig, with all the violating you did, how about when President George Bush invited you up to the White House, up there to the Ducks
Yeah,
Unlimited
I
Symposium?
wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. They waited a while and they carried me. DU carried me up there one night. Got the Fish and Wildlife to come get me and take me up there. The Fish and Wildlife come and got me. The manager was Dennis Holland. And he come and got me and picked me up and carried me up there. And I stayed till next morning. At crack of daylight when I got home.
What'd you do while you were there?
Rid hell, drunk all the liquor we could get up with, and rid all the hell we could get up with.
Didn't you have lunch with the president and have to give a talk?
We could have had lunch with him, but we didn't do it.
But you did talk at the convention, right?
Yeah.
You did give him a speech at the convention.
Yeah, I give him a big speech.
You tell him about violating and how you had repented all your sins.
That's right.
From violating.
How dumb these game wardens was.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Who do you think caught more ducks, you or Tom Reed?
I think I did. Tom Reed never traveled right home there. That wasn't a very big area.
Uh-huh.
See, I had the whole big area from
You went all down below, underneath the wallops and
underneath Wallops.
gunboating all around in there.
And down there.
Wow.
The area itself would tell you how many ducks I caught.
You were like a fox. You came out at night and worked all night.
That's right. I travel nights.
Uh-huh.
I didn't travel when the light was shining on it.
Yeah, that's when they could see your face. Traveling in the late time in the day.
Yeah.
So what did you do once you got all those ducks? How did you sell them, and how did you sell them?
Sold them $1 a piece. $1 each.
Mm-hmm.
Put 15 in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
15 in a bag and draw strings out of you. Put strings in your oilskins right here. You take the string, wrap it on, chuck it one side. And fill up another bag, 15.
Would you wring their necks first?
No,
Just leave them live in a
leave
bag.
them live in the bag.
And sell them.
Bring them home live.
Now, would you sell them to just local folks to eat, or did you sell them to...
I sold them lawyers, judges, and every damn person that you mentioned that wasn't supposed to bond. None of them were supposed to bond, none of them.
They all knew you could get them.
All that they could get them, and that was it. They would bond.
And they wanted them, yep.
Why'd you leave them alive in the bag?
I don't know, maybe I always thought I could turn them loose.
That's what we heard. If the law
They
comes,
got
you
after
pull the
you,
bag
turn-
open, and fly
That's
away.
true. That's
Evidence to fly away.
You got to be one step ahead of the law.
Yeah,
That's right.
got to do things the law don't expect you to do. Yeah, I had Tommy do the law.
Did you bait much?
Yeah, all the time. I was always baiting the place. A new place.
What'd you use for bait?
I'd bait one place and I'd have 3 or 4 places bait at a time. And I'd stick these traps down. Most time I put 2 and 3 traps down in one place. So I catch it 75 or 100, you know. 25 or 30 each trap. 49 is most, 54 is most I catch in one trap. 49, 54, like that.
Do you remember when they built the bridge to Assateague?
Yeah.
When Weil built the bridge.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that? If that you thought it was was it a good idea? Did you think it was a good idea at the time? And
Well, wasn't what I thought, but somebody else thought. So I didn't have nothing to say about it.
okay.
You You didn't have to do any survey work to it, did you?
No. No, I didn't do no survey work. I done a lot of survey work for the government.
Oh, you did? What?
Yeah, for the government on NASA and Walps Hall.
I didn't realize you were a surveyor too.
Yeah.
How did you learn how to survey?
Well, I learned from the older people. The older people learned that.
Did you ever go down to Wallops when they rounded the horses up on Wallops?
Yeah. I put them on there and took them off.
Put them on there and took them off, huh?
That's right. Put them all on there and took them off.
So when they rounded them up on Wallops, did they use them in the auction too? I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, they used them in the auction, but he took them Franklin City that day. He took them all to Franklin City. They brought the colts over in a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Sold this to colts.
Yeah.
Joseph Pruitt owned them then. Joseph Pruitt.
What about during World War II? You were about in high school. Do you remember Camp Fletcher and what was
Yeah.
it like to be here during World War II?
Yeah. Yeah, Camp Fletcher was where Amaron's house is now. On where you come out that four-way drive. That was Camp Fletcher. You could buy candy bars there for 3 cents. That's what I remember about it. You stuff my horse's saddlebag solid full. Going to the beach on Sunday.
Do you remember having to use blackout curtains and having
Yeah.
to keep your lights out at night?
Yeah, I remember all that.
What about the German submarines off the coast? Do you ever remember hearing
I
about
remember
them?
when they bring them ashore, when they bring one ashore once in a while, full of mackerel fishing, they'd bring one ashore.
You mean bring a German? Bring a prisoner?
They bring prisoners ashore
Oh.
in a boat.
Did you ever meet them, the prisoners?
No.
No.
So the fishermen would find them floating offshore and bring them in?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they find them. Can't take or find anything. If you ain't supposed to.
Say you made a lot of ducks. What's the most you ever made 1 year? With a hatchet knife.
I don't know.
Tell me one time you made 1,100 pieces 1 year.
Yeah, I probably did.
Wow.
Probably did make that many.
Wow. Did you ever go down the bay on one of the?
Yeah, I've been down the bay.
What was that like?
It was tough life,
Yeah.
tough way to live. You eat after one another, drink after one another, and you just didn't have one very clean.
Who would you go down the bay with?
Older people, older than you were.
Name some of them,
Well,
if you can remember. Ralph Watson or...
yeah. All these people down here, down around Burketown.
Old Vic's, Vic Sailor.
Yeah, them people around Burketown.
How about Soapbox? Did you ever go down with Soapbox?
No,
Arthur Cherricks.
but I've been with everybody else but him.
So what did you catch when you went down the bay?
Huh?
What kind of fish did you catch when you went down the bay?
Okay.
We didn't forward fish.
Oh, what'd you get?
7 or 8 shells.
Clams and oysters?
Clams and oysters. Mostly clams.
Clams, okay. How many clams do you think you could get in a day when you're down the bay?
Well, if you catch the 1,200, 1,400,
Wow.
that was the day's work, big day's work.
Oh yeah. So you know Arthur pretty well. Do you remember when Arthur Leonard was a little kid?
Yeah,
When did he start coming around carving and stuff?
he started carving in the last few years.
Oh really?
He started buying a lot of stuff, buying good stuff,
Mhm.
and he would use it to make stuff like it.
Yeah. Did you help him choose some stuff to buy or?
I'd tell him what I thought was good.
Mhm. And Roe Terry, seems like Roe Terry has been coming to your shop for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah. Remember when you first met him?
I known Roe all my life, all his life.
When did he start carving? He was pretty young.
He was still young, he was fairly young.
Mhm. Mhm. What about hunting? Who's your favorite person to go hunting with? Was it Miles Hancock, or you have other buddies that were your favorite hunting
It
buddies?
don't matter.
You like them all?
Don't matter, I like them all.
Mhm.
I'll go hunt with any of them.
How early would you have to go out to get?
Well, we go 4 days.
Mhm.
Try to get where we're going to get by daylight.
Mhm. What were some of the best spots to go hunt?
Well, I don't know. It's just hard to say.
Mhm.
Hard to say.
Mhm. Just depends.
Just depends on a lot of things.
So when you met your wife, what was your wife's name?
I love Lucille Daisy.
Mm. And were her parents? Did they grow up on the island too? She was from Chincoteague.
No, she was from Daly County.
Oh, okay. So she just started working at the club.
Yeah.
What was it like when you guys got married? Did you get married in a church?
I think we did.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did get married in church.
Mhm. Do you remember what you wore?
She was dressed up nice.
Mhm. Mhm.
I was loaded up. Loaded to the gills.
You were loaded up. That's funny.
With beer.
Yeah. Have any children?
Had one.
Mm.
I
Not
one
with her
daughter.
though, right?
How old is she?
Who, Brenda?
Yeah,
She's like 67, 68, but
67, 68.
Lucille's not her mother though, right?
No,
Oh, okay. Alice, okay.
You were married twice, right?
yeah, I was married twice.
Oh, okay. So Alice was your first wife.
Yeah,
How did you meet her?
I don't know now.
What was her last name before she got married to you?
Joyce, her name was Joyce Lee Morris.
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 Okay, Morris. Were her family from Chincoteague?
She had one kid, and then she inherited a bunch of them. That's what I got left. She
What?
stayed up there.
Just those carvings?
Yeah.
Oh, I
They're
got.
not yours, right?
No, they're not mine.
They're carvings somebody gave to Lucille, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's his
beautiful
Living
ones.
Legend Award. That big.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
brass
got
thing.
from the morning.
That's the first one of them they give away.
That was the first one. You got that as a living legend.
Yeah.
In 2013, right?
Yeah.
Now, why do you think they chose you for that?
Well, I don't know.
I'm just joking with you. I know.
At all times.
Delbert.
Since I got sick,
It looks fine.
I got the damn bipolar disease.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you put your own note.
What kind of disease?
Look what it says up there.
Oh, Parkinson's disease.
Parkinson.
Oh, when did you find out you have Parkinson's?
About I guess it's been a year ago.
Oh, so you hadn't found out for. Yeah,
It took my strength away from me.
yeah.
My legs and my body. I don't have the strength that I had.
Do you carve any more since you
No,
since
I
you
ain't
got
done,
that?
I ain't done nothing in 4 months.
4 months.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
Oh, okay.
You still do a little painting though.
I do a little bit of painting, but not much.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, it makes me nervous. People don't realize it, but it makes you nervous.
What does the Parkinson's disease?
Parkinson.
Yeah.
But you do better than you think you do.
Well, if you think little of yourself, you probably wind up with more.
I think what you've done is good
Mhm.
that I've seen so far. Now, many people can take a picture of a magazine and start painting it.
I'm just lucky, I guess.
Mhm. Mhm. I have more questions for you about when you were really little. So, did you go to was there a neighborhood store in Snotty Ridge?
Yeah.
Where was it? What was it called?
It was Dave Melvin's. He had an old country store. An old country store.
Mhm.
Had counters you set up on, step up on.
Mhm.
It was window soft full of holes.
What kind of stuff did you buy there? The little country store.
Number of soft drinks and candy and things like that.
Somebody told me people would throw their change on the ground sometimes for kids to, then kids would come pick up the change and go use that in the company store or in this little stores in the neighborhoods.
No, I don't think
You don't remember that? What else? Did you go to dances when you were in high school and they have
so.
dances around
Once in a while we go to a dance.
What was that like? Where did they have them?
Well, didn't have them somewhere access to the school. I don't go much with them.
Did you have any teachers that you really liked or that you really didn't like?
Oh, I had plenty of them. Really didn't like.
Do you have any funny stories about pranks you played on teachers or anything like that?
No. I don't play no pranks on them. I just stay clear of them.
Well, that's pretty good. Did your family go to one of the churches on the island when you were growing up?
Did I go?
Did your family go or did you go?
My family went, but I didn't go.
Which one did they go to?
They went to different ones. I used to catch them in nets.
So you said how many drumfish did you catch?
1,100
A year.
a year.
Wow.
I used to hang my own nets. I'd order them and hang them myself.
How
Hang
much
them
did
for my partner. I hang his and he pay me for his.
How much did they sell for?
Well, they sell for right much money, but I didn't hang them for the money. I hung them for the use of them. See.
What do you mean?
Well, we use them.
He's talking about the nets, not the drum itself.
Nets. Okay. I was saying how much did the drum sell for?
Oh, the drum sold for 8 cents a pound.
So that's pretty good money for that season, right?
Well, they weigh 50 pounds and $4.
What about, were you ever a hunting guide? Were you a hunting guide?
Yeah.
What, do you have any stories to tell about when you did that and
No.
city people coming? I bet they were, some people have told me some funny stories about they don't know how to hunt and funny things
I don't know how
they
to
did.
do the work thing, but I got along with them all right.
Did you like doing that?
I liked it all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was a sure thing. You know you're going to make some money.
Did you always get them to get some birds?
Yeah.
They're always successful.
There's a lot more birds than it is now. A lot more. They shoot at.
Right. Which kind did you used to see a lot of that now you don't see very often?
Well, you don't see it black ducks as many as you used to. You don't see mallards. I think you see sometimes you see more, but then you didn't see none. You didn't see none of them.
When I was talking to Cork, he was telling me all the names of the ducks that are like the Chincoteague names,
Yeah.
like redheads and I don't know. Do you have some names you think maybe I don't know?
Water turkey.
Water
You
turkey.
got me on that one.
Water turkey, no, that was cormorant.
Yeah, but you told me it was a water turkey.
Well, he is the same thing.
What are some other ones? Other Chincoteague names for birds?
That's just only one particular one. That's about the only one I know of.
Tad.
What was it? What'd you say?
Tad.
A tad.
That's a grebe.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I didn't know
Tad
that
is
one.
a grebe, yeah.
You used to raise ducks here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? What kind of ducks did you raise?
Black ducks, man.
Daffy and Donald.
Daffy and Donald. What did you do with them after you raised
I
them?
hope not.
I got 2 decoys.
What did I do, some of them?
Oh,
I don't know, I sold
you sold them?
I sold tame ducks. wild ducks, and wooden ducks. I sold all kinds of ducks.
Cause remember I asked you how long it would take you to do a duck? And you
Yeah.
told me you'd carve it in the
These
morning
has got, these
and
is
then
look.
paint it in the afternoon.
These are old reproductions he made. You got his
Oh,
name in the bottom
wow.
of the weights. Have
Wow.
you seen them?
Oh wow! I haven't seen the ones with his name in the bottom of the weights.
I haven't either. Of course,
That's
I'm
really
just-
cool.
I only see the ones people bring
Very cool.
back.
Well, these are reproductions of somebody else's, but you got a pen. What'd you ever do with your what'd you do with your mold?
It's there somewhere.
Those are neat.
He's the only one I ever known to have his name in the weights and the anchors.
I tried everything new.
One of a kind.
He took me for the first time. Him and I both had commercial drumfish gillnet permits from the state,
Oh.
a commercial permit.
Yeah.
So he took me down to an old favorite spot he had,
Yeah.
and I had this old little boat that he used to have at one time.
Yeah.
It was a 16-foot boat. We only had one drum net, one little 50-fathom net. So when we got there where he said to go, cut the engine off, you could hear him underwater. Boom, 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 boom. He knew just where to go now.
Wow.
Right around Mother's Day weekend, wasn't it, Sig?
Yeah.
We run that one net out, and I said, Cigar, I thought you said we ought to run it on the drop off of the drain. He goes, well, slack tight, hurry up, and let's pull her back in. We ran out, pulled it back in, had 20 fish that quick. They averaged
Wow.
55 pound apiece.
What kind,
Wow.
what kind
And he
of
knew
deep
just
pie?
how to do it. Yeah.
That one
Shellucks.
Shell ducks.
net had 20 fish in her
Make
in a
some
matter of
shell ducks.
15 minutes. I couldn't believe it.
It's a pretty good
We-
machine.
We had all we wanted in that
But
little
I mean,
16
what's
foot
the
boat.
name of the duck?
Well, 20 times 55 is how much?
Is that
20
the
times
male
50
and
is
this the female?
25 is 10, that's over
Yeah.
1,000
Yeah.
grams.
That is wow.
And I don't know whether he knew it or not. Well, I didn't have nothing to do with these other drum. It was a big chest freezer. I plugged it in, it had no bait in it. And I throwed them, so I backed the truck up and threw them in this freezer and knocked the bottom out of it.
How about that?
I didn't know it till the next day. When I threw them heavy fish in there, it knocked the bottom out of this chest freezer.
Knock the
It was
bottom
outside.
freezer.
But,
Wow.
Anyhow, had all them to clean the next day. We never got home till 9:30, 10 o'clock. See, we were down in Cheriton or Oyster, almost to the Beveridge Tunnel.
Oh, you were? Wow. You were down all the way.
But that's all that little 16-foot boat wanted under that night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he's done it several times. He's done it a lot more than I've done it. But he knew exactly where to go and when to go there.
That's really cool.
And he was
Yeah.
right. He hit the nail on the head. I mean, it's. But you could hear them 10, 15 feet underwater. Boom, boom.
Oh, wow. Just here because they're such big fish. Wow. So will you talk about the weight that you made? How did you make it?
I just made out of lead and
Didn't you brand a wooden one or something?
I don't know what I done. My mate made one out of sand. I don't know.
I thought you told me you carved a mushroom out of wood and took your brand and branded it and then stuck it down
Probably did.
in something and made it raise up so it's convex again when you pour
Okay.
the lid in.
That's really cool. How many do you think you made of those?
Good grief.
Probably 100 of them. 100, 200, 300 of them.
He made that many at a time.
Wow. At a time. And so that would just keep him. What is the function of the weight? Why was that a good thing to do?
It was to show they were more decoys.
I'll say when you throw it in a pond or something, it anchors it.
Yeah, so it's a good anchor for it. Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you go for today, Sig. I think I've bothered you enough.
Sugar, I'm gonna run. Hey,
Hey, come in.
where you at?
We're doing an interview.
Yeah.
Hello.
I
Oh,
was
hey.
worried about you.
How you doing?
We were down there. I tried to, but you were gone.
I come all through the highs. I thought the ambulance come got you or something. I didn't know what was wrong.
Well, I see Cigar has lots of support.
No, I saw you, but I couldn't.
I brought you some shrimp.
I told him because I come in.
I brought you a shrimp platter.